Breaking news, it's Black Friday, which means it's time for some shopping with some fun LEGO deals. F1 had their release of their LEGO sets, and DaVinci takes flight. All that and much more on this week's Breaking News. Today's episode is brought to you by Back to Brickware, my newest venture into the A-Full merchandise. The ultimate LEGO-inspired clothing line that's not just fashionable, but also celebrates the very foundation of the LEGO system we all know and love. Imagine minimalist designs that seamlessly blend style and nostalgia. Back to Brickware brings you high-quality apparel inspired by the iconic LEGO bricks we know and love. Each piece is crafted with precision and attention to detail, making it a must-have for any LEGO enthusiast. These aren't just your average threads. We're talking about minimalist designs that don't scream at you, but just show your nerddom in a classy way. And of course, they're inspired by designs found in the LEGO system. And you know what screams quality? Embroidery. Almost every piece is stitched with love, featuring those iconic LEGO elements. It's like wearing your childhood memories, but making them fashionable. So whether you're a hardcore A-Full or just want to rock some seriously cool gear, check out the Back to Brickware page on Etsy. Dive into the collection, embrace the LEGO spirit, and let's make some memories together. Back to Brickware, where the style meets nostalgia. Head over to the Back to Brick Etsy page and let the fashion adventure begin. Happy building, my friends.
Lego.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
Hey everybody, welcome back
News.
to Back to Brick. I'm your host Garrett, and this is the podcast where we talk with fellow A-Fulls about their LEGO designs, and we get down to the breaking news to talk about all things LEGO's been up to for the past week. Thank you for all those that have subscribed, and if you are not, please do so. You can check out all the latest episodes from the previous weeks, and then you can also check out some great videos that I've done over on YouTube, so you can subscribe over there as well. I'd like to thank my patrons who are huge supporters of the podcast. They are getting the podcast early, no ads, and a bunch of my designs as well for free. That's Bellefonte Brick Studio, Jimmy Tucker, Ryan S., David, Matthew Vander Boogart, Paul Snellen, Lee Jackson, Pops Block Shop, and Colin Burst. Thank you so much for being supporters. I really appreciate your help behind the Back to Brick brand. On the admin side, it's been kind of just a shorter week because, well, it is the holidays and we'll be traveling back to families. I'm going to be setting up my Christmas tree here soon, so I might be doing a live cast of that and doing some videos surrounding Christmas because, well, there's so many fun things and LEGO sets that it's time to build. It's that time of year to have a little more indoor time, have a hot chocolate or a nice coffee and Bailey's as you sit and build a LEGO set. So I hope that you are enjoying your holiday time as well and are doing a lot of shopping. And at the end of the episode, we'll be doing our set reviews. The first one is 21340 Tales of the Space Age, which is a retired LEGO Ideas set, or will be retiring, so you might want to get it this weekend. And the other is our Rubricable review of a Gonk droid by Crafty Koopa. And that's just a really cute and fun build. So stick around after the breaking news to hear all about that. Otherwise, let's get into this week's breaking news. People have been building Star Trek models out of LEGO for a very long time, but LEGO doesn't have an official license to build LEGO Star Trek sets. But that might change. The former license holder, Blue Bricks, had theirs expired this year, which means it is open for someone to purchase. Now, could it be one of the other Mega Block builders? Sure, but I think that this is the time for LEGO to swoop in and pick this up because that is a huge fan base worldwide, and leaning into their space themes, having a Star Trek ships and minifigures would be incredible. I would get all of the sets because as a huge Trekkie, I would love all of these. I love Star Wars too, but I can't keep up on all of those sets. So maybe LEGO will consider this if we continue to flood the news with, hey, LEGO, let's purchase this, or have somebody on the inside recommend it at that higher level. It is a LEGO Black Friday, which means there are a lot of sets that are going to be on sale and some gifts with purchase, and of course, just enjoyment with buying more LEGO, not just on Lego.com, but a bunch of other sites. If you're going to go to Lego.com, you're going to get the same things we've seen on Insiders Weekend. I'll never get over that. The Winter Holiday Train, if you order $170 or more. Retro Record Player, if you spend $250 or more. LEGO Insiders Barracuda Seas is still available for 2,400 points, and there are two more that will be introduced, the Tic-Tac-Toe and the Chronometer with the latest Endurance ship release that is happening on the 29th as well. which will come with a gift with purchase, the Shackleton's Lifeboat, only available if you buy that set. And there are still some sets that are 20% off. Some of the ones that had it through Insiders Weekend were already sold out, and likely to get a lot more discounts as well as some more insiders points. Maybe not double. Actually, it'll probably just depend on a specific sets that'll get different points instead of discounts. And then also on Cyber Monday, they're doing the Venom Street Bike and Mobile Music trailer will be gifts with purchase on Monday as you spend $50 or more. So there are still some deals to be had already up until this weekend, which is going to be pretty crazy. And I guess a lot of things are going to sell out. If there's something that's retiring this year, this is the last weekend I'd expect you to be able to get it. So make sure to jump online or jump to your store to get these awesome sets. And if you're a big fan of the Endurance Vessel, then that'll also be on sale, so you can get that as well. The Lego store in downtown Disney in Disneyland has finally reopened. It went through some of the refurbishments as there was a big expansion and continued changes over at Disney. They've created some new interior designs, more of a catered experience to have the pick-a-brick wall, some more displays, and it looks nice. It's an upgraded version of what we've seen before, and it finally opened this past week. The new interior enhancements with fresh builds, even more exciting updates are coming soon, they say. So it looks like this is just it was a quick update and looking to see some more as they continue to I don't know if they're expanding, but they definitely are going to continue to upgrade to stay relevant to all the new upgrades coming in downtown Disney. Lego reveals the Technic Ducati Panjal B4S. I don't know why all these names are always so long for these vehicles. It's 1,603 pieces and will retail for $200. Pre-orders are already up, and it's a similar scale to the Yamaha MT-10 SP. It has a display stand with a display plaque. It is in red. It does have movable wheels, the full gear structure for the engine to it. It's a nice motorcycle. We all, like crotch rocket. I'd really like if they did another Harley Davidson build. They only did the one. So I'm definitely interested to see if they'll expand in that direction or continue with this, since this is a similar street and race bike that they've done before already with BMW and Yamahas. As we talked about last week, the Formula One sets have officially been revealed. We've got a bunch of them. We've got some that are 86 pieces, $12, just a small racer for 6 and up. We have a pit crew and Ferrari car with the classic pit crew style with the extra wheels, the carry case one, which I thought was cool. It's the garage for the Mercedes, AMG, and Alpine cars, where they pull in and you can actually have a little handle picking it up and carrying it away. An F1 truck that carries 2 vehicles, the RB20 or Red Bull and the AMR Alpine, I believe it is. And that's $100. I don't think I talked about the other ones, but the garage is $80, the pit crew is $30, and the small vehicle is $13. And there's a few others, but more to the ones that I think are going to call out for a lot of people is the collectible racer car series. They're 29 pieces each at $4, so they're not $5 because they don't really have any minifigures. They have printed tiles and pieces on each of the cars representing the different vehicles. The helmets align with those specifics. So Red Bull has theirs, Ferrari, Alpine, Haas, and having all 12 different cards That's an interesting take on the collectible minifigure series, but now they're just collectible series for that. Duplo's getting their own fun little set. It's $45 at 70 pieces. You get 3 fun little cars to go with that. But the biggest one is going to be the Speed Champion series. There are a total of 10 cars for the 10 different teams, and ranging from Ferrari, Mercedes-Benz, Red Bull, all at about 250 to 280 pieces and $27. And they look just like the vehicles. My wife and I just started watching F1 Drive to Survive, and we're recognizing these vehicles now and understanding that could be the driver, or this is the different track. So those are really cool. I'm going to have to get at least 1 or 2 of those to, with the design and now our new obsession with some F1 racing. These are a really great And the last one they came out with is the Ferrari SF24. It's 1,361 pieces in a Technic scale, and it's 9.5 inches wide by 24 inches long, and it'll come at a cost of $230. Ferrari has been having a lot of their Lego sets built before. This is no different. The only thing I see is that I don't think they have wider back tires. I'm like, why don't they do that? And all of these were revealed in Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Grand Prix. And I know that some of the influences that went there, it seemed like it was a fun event, and definitely getting to see some of these cars with their drivers near them. That's a pretty fun experience. And these will be coming out on March 1st of next year. Lego: The Secret Life of the Lego Brick was a book that was a crowdfunded from, I think, in 2021, where they had the designer. You would put $100 forward, and then you would get the book, and you actually get your name in the book. I think I have mine somewhere around here. But they've actually now put it over on Lego. The Secret Life of the Lego Bricks, the story of a design icon, is now available for $40. So you can go and purchase that on lego.com. I'll post the link in the description. It's 366 pages. As a hardcover book showing the detailed design of how Lego came to be, with all of their wonderful history behind the Lego brick itself and the family. It's a really great book. Highly recommend it. It's a great read, or a great tabletop book to have people to browse through, see your obsession of Lego. So you can go and purchase that over at lego.com right now. The Ultimate Formula One Collector's Pack. We talked about the Speed Champion series of all these, all 10 cars, and this one is one giant pack that you can buy over at Amazon. It's 2,601 pieces that you'll get a large box with all of the builds in it, as well as an exclusive poster. Poster itself has all of the different vehicles on it and their respective badges, and that's cool. Poster isn't something that you need to get unless you want to buy all of the Formula One cars. This is an easier way to get an exclusive poster and have that as a giant pack. And you can even display them individually next to the poster or around it, which would be cool, a nice art piece, and take up a little bit of the wall space. But I mean, we all have a ton of wall space, don't we? There's an official price yet, but likely to be $260 to $270. And not sure when it'll be released. It was on Amazon.com, but they pulled it down. I think we'll get that sometime next year. The Force of Creativity book, another large-scale book that Lego did, going back to the history of their time with the Lego license and, the Star Wars license and Lego. It's 312-page hardcover coffee table book with exclusive prints and different things to it, and it was $150, which is not cheap for a book like this. Well, it seems that we're going to get a new version of it come next year, that it's going to be about half the cost. It'll still be a hardcover, but it won't have the special features or a box to put it in, which I'm perfectly fine with. I still have this book, so having it at half price, similar to what the Secret Life of the Lego Brick is definitely a nice addition. It's coming to the UK on April 5th next year, expecting to see that also in the US around the same time. 3 new Star Wars sets have been revealed. The one is the Ahsoka's Jedi Interceptor at $45. 290 pieces comes with Ahsoka Tano and Anakin Skywalker and R7A7. It looks fine. They changed the cockpit up, which the cockpit is, I believe, a new piece. It doesn't look like what we've seen in the movies. The minifigures are great, but at 290 pieces at $45, that's pretty expensive for them. We're getting a mini scale ship, the Home One Star Cruiser, 559 pieces, $70, and it's probably one of the weaker of the ones. It's similar in style to the Home One or the Tantive 4, having a higher price per piece than any of the other ones, and it does have a really cool addition where you can open up the section, see inside as a hangar bay with some of other ships. There's a medical frigate next as well, and then the other one was the Mando and Grogu's N1 Starfighter, 92 pieces and $30. And this one is made for 4 up, so it's not really like the best design overall, but it gives kids that are 4 years old to build Mando and Grogu on the ship, coming with Mando, Grogu, and R5D4. So you can get some little minifigures. I don't think they're exclusive to any of those sets, but we're still looking to see some of these other sets coming out next year. Likely to see a lot more, and I think far better ones to come out before May the 1st. New LEGO City sets were also revealed. The off-road mountain truck, it's 221 pieces at $20. And it's a beautiful, forest green, not forest green, sorry, like a olive green coloring to it. And it has a little winch on the front. The minifigure has a larger 2x4 map that he carries, and he can stand on top of the roof of it because it's got a ladder on the side, similar to what I guess you would say like a Land Rover might be in a city scale. The next one is the sports car. It's a single-seater, I'd say, at 109 pieces and $10. Got a cool guy with some sunglasses and a cell phone with him. The emergency ambulance, 184 pieces at $20. It looks like a standard ambulance. It does have like a turquoise color on the lower side, and the panels on either side of the vehicle can open up so you can see inside the ambulance. The lifeguard truck, $214 at $25, 214 pieces at $25. And this is pretty cool, having this one dedicated to like the beach scene. It's got the rack on the back to put your surfboards and for those teams to go out and save it that has been stuck in the surf. And then one of the newer ones that I've never seen before, a scrapyard. It's 871 pieces at $80. And it has a few vehicles that can be lifted up with the giant crane into a compressor, like scrap compressor. And there's also some fix up, and if it doesn't work out, well, you get trapped and out comes a giant chunk of Lego brick instead of the car. So those are really cool new city sets. Likely to see continued expansion on this line, and the vehicles come early next year alongside these. There's a new Lego Icons. This is Leonardo da Vinci's Flying Machine. It contains 493 pieces and cost $50. Comes with a little minifigure of Leonardo, and he has a little drawing of the flying machine. And if you don't know Leonardo's flying machine, it kind of looks like, I guess, like a bird without a head. It has a tail feathers to it and an outstretch, and it comes on a display stand, but you can articulate the wings to go up and down like it was designed to do so. And having a few new pieces, such as the cloth pieces for those wings, some new string, all in all, a really fun set, and especially at $50 for the continuation of inventions. Now, as we've seen this, I hope that they do go back and do the Wright brothers plane, since they did that a very, very long time ago. That would be an interesting way to continue the adventures of having these inventions called out, especially the flying vehicle, since they also just did the Concorde. It's the fastest commercial airline ever created. A new Lego Creator set for the wild animal is expected to come out next year, and it's looking to be a pink flamingo. We've already had the fox and the giraffe, so I only expect this to be a great design, since those were excellent, and having the ability to do 3-in-1s for that. And at a cost of probably about $30, it could have some great detailing. And for anyone that likes a lot of pink bricks, this could be a way to get those as well. In San Jose, a man has stolen $18,000 worth of Lego, which is insane to me to see that people are just able to do that one. And it was at Target, and they're still looking for the man to collect that as well as all the Legos. But hopefully we won't see anything like this. Well, I keep saying hopefully. We will. It's the holiday season. There's going to be a lot more of these, and hopefully it's not impactful for those that are still looking for sets for their loved ones, and that those sets can be returned, and those that committed these crimes are apprehended. The Lego Discovery Center in Boston is hosting a holiday bricktacular. So they're dressing up their mini land to have a bunch of Christmas trees and sleighs and all that different things. And it's all the way through January 5th. You can go and do some holiday builds. Snap a family photo with our giant Lego Duplo sleigh and Lego Nutcracker, all built from Lego bricks and more. Miniland is turning into a winter wonderland takeover. Seasonal scavenger hunt. You'll search for Lego elves throughout Mini World, decorate a Lego ornament and hang it on our tree, and meet Lego holiday characters like the Lego Gingerbread Man. So there's a Discovery Center here in Washington, D.C. as well. I might have to just stop in and see those too. I mean, well, I can't stop in. I guess I can near it since I don't have any kids to get into it. But for all those with families, this is a fun excursion out during the holidays to experience Lego with some winter take on it and just, well, enjoy a day out instead of trying to Christmas shop, because that is always the worst part about the holidays. The Lego Group has made a new announcement on their paper-based bags. Now, some of the newer sets you'll notice have paper-based bags, not all of them yet, but that's about to change because they've just revealed that they have tested over 100 different variations of the paper, and they are finally moving into production on all their factories on a global scale to create these. They have stated paper has an unintended benefit in being more enjoyable to unwrap because, while clear single-use plastic bags allow builders to see the contents, we discovered in testing that kids enjoy the suspense of opening the paper-based bags. Our larger paper-based bag come in a shape that enable them to stand, which is particularly useful for storing loose bricks during the building process. So expect more sets to come in paper as they're trying to do this fully reduction by 2032, but I expect in the next 2 years we'll see only paper in Lego sets. Fantastic Four movie comes out next year, and I'm extremely excited about it because I loved the Fantastic Four as a kid. So we're likely to see the Lego sets coming out with it as well. And the rumor is, based on the release of the movie in July, Fantastic Four First Steps, we're going to get Galactus versus the Fantastic Four. That'll be coming out sometime in April or May. Now, we'll get all the fun minifigures. Not sure what the functionality could be on any of them, but Galactus would be really cool. Hopefully a large-scale buildable figure that they do have to fight and have the Galactus classic helmet. And we'll hopefully get some trailers. I mean, having this early, we already know they're against... It won't give away too much of the movie, but that might not be the only set we'll get. Expect to see that, as we said, April, May time frame, alongside maybe some other Fantastic Four classic villain sets. There are 3 more Animal Crossing sets expected to come out this next summer, but there's no real rumors on exactly what they are. We've already seen some of the smaller sets like the Stargazing with Celeste, the Abby's sister, Able Sisters clothing store coming out in January 1st. So we're going to see probably some other stores, maybe expansion stores. I'd love to see them do the museum as a larger set, but the town hall was the last large one, so we'll have to stick around for that. Then, of course, the same thing for Sonic with the newest movie. Maybe we'll get some other figures and things along that line of creativity, or we'll get some more expansion into what we already know, just different creatures, similar to what they did for the Sonic's Campfire Clash and the Super Shadow and Bio Lizard sets. A new Nintendo Direct-to-Consumer set is on the way. Next year, we're looking at a cost of $170 for an 18-plus set. Not really. Well, let's speculate on it. I would love if they did a Nintendo 64, but at that price point, the entertainment system was $210, I believe, so they'd have to dial that down. But there's so many other characters and designs that they could do. I'd love if they did maybe a larger scale Mario Kart, and maybe a robotic one would be, or not robotic, motorized one would be pretty cool. So we'll have to stick around and see, likely to come out sometime July of next year. New rumors around Harry Potter, likely to get a new character that we haven't seen before. Privy Drive looks to be a set that we might get next year, which we haven't seen one for a very long time. I think they've done 2 or 3 at this point, so this will be the 4th. But we could get a new minifigure, Marge Dursley. And hopefully we get her in her blown-up figure as she's floating away. Then there's rumors of a new night bus and so many other fun things. So I'm excited to see exactly what they do release next year, a bounce around the different films. All right, that's all the breaking news we have this week. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. I hope you enjoyed a lovely Thanksgiving, and I hope that you have gotten all the sets that you want for your Black Friday shopping already. Unless you need to get more, well, then just get out there and get some more of them. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast as well as the YouTube channel as we continue to expand on having some fun videos and creativity through Lego. Now let's talk about our set reviews. Today's set is 21340 Tales of the Space Age. It's an 18 plus set at 688 pieces. You'll get 325 insiders points, and it does have 138 reviews at 5 stars. It is an exclusive and retiring soon, so expect this to be sold out quickly. And it comes at a cost of $50. And it has 4 different scenes throughout the space age, I guess you could say. The piece count is pretty good for this. There are minifigures, so that's probably why it's not that bad. It isn't Lego Ideas set. And the first 4 different, I guess, artwork pieces. The first is satellites looking up as there's comets streaming across, or asteroids, but they're going away, so we don't have to worry about that. What I like is that the streaking stars or meteors are the wands from Harry Potter, which I think is really cool. It also has a horizon with different colorings from blue, orange, pink, and green, giving a different detail to it. Another is on a Martian surface or a different planet, and having 2 other planets in the orbit, having their shadows drawn, so it's a 2-moon system. The next is a rocket taking off, which is cool because it's a little clip piece with kind of the smoke trailing out of it and going up into the big D. That's what's depicted in the sky. And the next is kind of a futuristic planet style with, it looks like the representation of what a black hole is in a very light green coloring. So this is really cool. I think the designer did a great job with this because it's outside the box of what Lego Ideas usually selects. And the designer Jan Wozniak is also a design or has done designs over at Lego Rebrickable, so you can find some of the other designs and add to this overall display, which I thought was a really unique way of doing things. So that's really cool, $50, and it's great before it retires, so you can get that this weekend. And our Rebrickable review is the Gonk Droid by Crafty Koopa. And Gonk Droid is just a classic figure from Star Wars. It's 298 pieces and come at a cost of €3 for the instructions. And it looks perfectly done. There's not a ton of detail that's needed, but the curvature of the sides and the upper section, having a lower curve to the bottom and a larger curve, outwardly placed, so it does look like actual feet instead of just like connected together on each side, is designed in studio. And it's just one of the really cool Star Wars figures, as well as figures from Mario, and definitely some other really cool builds that I think are great representations of, classics that we all know and love. And having a Gonk Droid in a larger scale than just minifigure scale is a great way to continue that representation of your love of Star Wars. All right, everyone, that's all I have this week. Thank you again for tuning into the podcast. I hope that you have a lovely weekend and a holiday. So I'll leave you, as I always do, get creative, get out there, and go build something.